As a college student, I know that the one thing that is always on your mind is, where do I get motivation from? And you probably spend the rest of your day thinking about how to get the motivation while not doing anything towards it. And that's understandable because guess what? Everybody's just like that. The most motivated person you see out there has days when they're not motivated. And some days they don't even do work either. The thing with motivation is it's not always a wake-up call. It's not like you're sleeping and then motivation just says, wake up, it's time to get moving, it's time to get your life rolling. It sometimes comes with odd circumstances, which even you never wanted in the first place. Let's take this story of this young man from India. Let's name him Raj for now. And his story of how he became a doctor. So, of course, you're going to think cliche, his parents were pushing him into becoming a doctor from a young age, and then he wrote the medical exams, and then he became a doctor finally, right? Well, that's where you would be wrong. So this Raj was initially studying computer science. Despite enrolling for Comp Sci, he was never able to study Comp Sci. Why is that? Because most of the time, even if he had assignments at home, even if he had things to learn, he couldn't learn them because he had to take care of his father. Because there was nobody else to take care of him and it was just him. And that is why he knew every single medication that his father was taking. His father would take 7 pills a day to just stay functioning. And you would think when there's 7 pills, different shapes, different colors, different sizes, you would think that this is going to cure this guy at some point. At some point, this kid will be able to go back to his comp sci degree and this man will be a functioning human being in society. But the truth is it made it worse. And his health went to such a state where he would have to be hospitalized very soon if nothing was going to change. And this drove Raj to such a desperate state that he was like, I can't rely on doctors. I can't rely on this medicine anymore. I'm going to find out exactly what each of these medicines do. And I'm going to explore where does each medicine target? What does it target? How does it target your body? How does it affect your body? Every single thing to do with that medicine. And Raj forgot about his comp sci degree. He kept it to the side. He started researching medicine. He started researching especially the 7 pills that his father took. He did not just learn the superficials of the medicine, because what good would that do? He learned the chemical structure of the medicine. He learned the biological effects it has on the human body. He learned any single thing you can think about when it comes to medicine. Things that even researchers were probably not doing. He took his own research. He took it onto the ground. He asked people about how they were feeling about medicine and these particular tablets. And he found out that there was actually problems with this medicine. The more that he spent time researching tablets, he found other medicine that could probably suit the problem even better. And then he started researching those medicines. Now it got to the point where he was almost a database for all medicines in the world. And his iPad was filled with just drawings and pictures of tablets and how they affect the human body. So now, wouldn't you call that obsessive? Some people would. Finally, he enrolled out of his comp sci degree and pursued medicine. And with all the knowledge that he had now, he was able to pass his exams and meanwhile was able to treat his father back to health. And once his father was back to health, that was the first case of his persistence actually working. And then he became a doctor who went on to save hundreds of lives. And all this came out of what? Out of necessity. Not out of a want, not out of a will to learn something, but just he was put in that situation where if I do not act now, guess what? My father is going to suffer. That drove him to the point where he thought, if I don't do anything now, I could live to regret it later. And this was his motivator to learn. Now I want you to think about what is a motivator that you could probably use. Maybe your parents aren't able to support everything that you want to do. So in that case, you have to take action for yourself because guess what? Nobody's going to save you. You know, sometimes you've been put in such horrible troubles where, yes, normally you resent studying, but when this problem is there as well, studying is almost an escape where you think, I've got to the stage where I don't care about anything else. I'll even study. I don't mind. I just want to get my mind off this problem. So that means studying was never the problem. It was always the motivation behind it. And how do you find motivation? You can sometimes just push yourself to the point where you have to do it. If you don't do it now, there's no chance of you making it out. So maybe you do not want to put pressure on yourself unnecessarily. Maybe you're not that kind of person. So then what do? Well, this is what I like to do when I'm in that situation. So instead of thinking about, I have to put myself in a necessity, I think about, what was I doing 1 year ago? So if I take it back to December 27, 2023, that was a time before I even started this YouTube channel. And now I think about all the processes that went into starting this YouTube channel, all the experiences I've had in the past year, and all the difficulties, all the positives that I've enjoyed. But that finally made me to where I am right now. So a year ago, I was nowhere close to this, but now at least I've got to a certain point and I've learned a few skills which I never knew before. And you can actually do so much more than your mind tells you can right now. Because your mind's obviously going to pull you down. It's going to say 1 year is not enough. You can't do much in a year. Why? Because your mind's always meant to push you down. Because it's meant to keep you in a comfort zone. But guess what? Push out of that comfort zone. Let's say you're feeling very bad about yourself. You think, I've done nothing. I'm a failure. I'm a loser. You forget that a year ago, you probably had no friends. You were just sitting by yourself. And you were just in a worse place than you are actually now. Now you have 3 loyal friends who you can count on for anything. Now you think about all the moments that you've had with those friends for the past year. They might have been just 3 friends, but think about each of the memories you enjoyed with those 3 friends in the last year. That is when you're going to see there is actually something I was working towards, which whether you knew it or not, you were working towards. And now you've come to the point where you have those friends, you have those memories. And so the next year can be as enjoyable and you have almost that much time to do again. And if you haven't already, you might want to check out the previous video on this channel because that covers exactly how you can find what you have a willingness to learn. Maybe you forgot that in the past few years, but you can always rediscover that. So if you're interested in that one, you can check out the video linked on the right. So smash subscribe, slap a like on, and always remember, never stop dreaming. See you all.